What's going on, everybody? It's JR from dUALiNFLUENCE with another edition of What You Might Have Missed. This is the show that goes behind the scenes for all you behind the scenes lovers with things you might have missed in the episodes of our shows. For this episode, we're going to be tackling Marc's Bad Luck episode 7, Rendezvous for 2. But first, I want to jump into just a quick update for everybody waiting on videos. To let you guys know, we were working on a side project for the majority of the year so far. And we finished that project up in February, which allowed us to jump back into Marc's Bad Luck and finish episode 13. And episode 13 is ready to go. It's going to be posted on Monday. So hooray, new video. And once the video is released, we're probably going to take a small break, and then we will get into some new and fresh content for you guys. Hopefully it'll come out a lot quicker than we've been releasing videos in the past, so be on the lookout for that. All right, so let's dive right into episode 7, Marc's Bad Luck. The first thing that you might have missed in this episode is in the title itself. The title is Rendezvous for 2, and essentially what we wanted to do is have this be a play on words, a play on numbers. Essentially, it's a double date between Marc and Tisha and Crazy and Shanquishanae. So you've got the 4 in the title representing 4 people total. The 2 represents 2 groups of 2, and it also signifies the double date they're on. And the rendezvous part actually also references the name of the Italian restaurant that they go to visit later on in the episode. If you missed that, it is entitled Rendezvous Italian Grill. So yep, those are things that you may have missed. And let's jump right into number 2. The second thing you may have missed is in the beginning of the episode. If you look in the background, you'll notice that there's one of the Sec United pyramids in the trash. And throughout the episodes after episode 6, when the gang gets out of Sec United, you'll notice there's like some dwindling Sec United elements, like the boxes in the background maybe going away. And then there's also the pyramid in the trash, which basically represents them moving on and getting rid of everything related to Sec United. So this is kind of the end cap to episode 6, and is kind of a break from the guys doing their money-making schemes to just kind of wind down a bit, do something normal for a change, and try to get to a normal life before they start things right back up in episode 8. All right, so that's something you might have missed. The next thing, which is item number 3 you might have missed in this episode, is when the guys are in the taxi on the way to the restaurant. There's a little moment where the taxi driver decides to swerve and start driving really crazy. If you notice in the background, when he swerves twice, the first time he swerves, Crazy kind of hits his head on the window. Then immediately after that, the taxi driver swerves again and Marc hits his head on the window. That's something small in the background that you might have missed. Just letting you know, you got to keep your eyes open for things like that, because even something as small as the guys repeatedly hitting their heads may fly past you if you're not paying attention. All right. The last thing I wanted to mention that you might have missed in this episode is in the background while they're at the movie theater, when Crazy and Shanquishanae are doing their thing. Marc thinks he's going to try to do the same, but Tisha shuts him down. If you look in the background, there's Greg. So we purposely put Greg from Sec United in the background of a few episodes, if you're paying attention. Greg is actually pissed at them for destroying Sec United, and he may show up later, but right now we just kind of wanted to throw him in the background with an angry face to show that they've ruined his life, they have ruined his dreams, and he may get back at them at some point. We haven't decided yet, so keep an eye out for Greg. He may show up at some point to do some damage to the gang. We'll see. All right, so those are just the things you might have missed in episode 7. One last thing I wanted to point out, which is a testament to the cast that we work with. And I love our cast. I love the fact that these guys are really talented and go out of their way to make sure we get what we need for the show. The actor that does Old Fred's voice, which is actually my brother Juan, at the end of the episode, you'll hear Old Fred go on a rant about some lady he knew back in the day.
It was back in 1961. and I ran into Ursula Mae Jackson.
Well, that rant was pretty much unscripted. In the script, it basically just said old Fred talks about some lady in the past. But essentially, that entire story and everything surrounding that story when Marc and Crazy walk away from old Fred was completely unscripted and ad-lib. Especially the part where he mentioned, you know, the ice cube in space. That came off the top of his head. So big shout out to him for putting that out there for us. It was a real cool thing that somehow he was able to come up with on the fly. All right, so that's it for this episode of What You Might Have Missed. Again, we're dropping episode 13 of Marc's Bad Luck this Monday, so be there to check that out. And for more behind-the-scenes stuff and previous episodes where we cover what you might have missed, check out our channel. Be sure to subscribe, like, share, all those good things. And I'll see you guys next time.